Hi students, we will be talking about writing method for the IMRD research paper in this lecture note. IMRD once again stands for Introduction, Method, Results, and Discussion. Okay. Unlike introduction that moves from general to specific, method is always very specific, where the writer would indicate the details as specific as possible so that future researchers, if they're interested, could possibly replicate your study. We have talked about previously in our lecture note that the method would include this element. You could include the research design, research procedures, time frame, and description of the research environment, access, what kind of data did you collect, what kind of instruments, experiments, subjects, and whether or not you have particular collection procedures, and whether or not you have had any analysis procedures, and how you have kind of followed and make sure that the research ethics were covered. Okay, now you do not need to include all these elements into your method. Okay. And obviously some elements would include more details than others. Okay. However, there are all these elements, and one of students' most common question is, what do they write in their first sentence in the method section? Okay. So how do you start method in a logical and comprehensive manner? My recommendation for my students when they write research papers is that yes, all sections need to work together to create one research paper together. Therefore, all sections need to be connected. However, each section need to act as an individual section as well. Therefore, treat method section as an individual section. In other words, if a reader picks up your research paper and he or she reads only the method section, then he or she should be able to understand your research. Therefore, you need to include enough information in your first sentence so that the readers are given some overall information of your research. Okay, particularly what did you aim to do and what did you do to achieve your aim. So the following is an example of how a lot of researchers start their method section. They would write down in order to, and the next part is the aim. In order to achieve this aim, they did so and so. So in order to investigate the taste of food dishes at the university cafeterias, so this is my purpose of research. A dining experiment was conducted. So this is what I did. So by giving this information in one sentence, the readers can very quickly understand what was your purpose and what did you do. Okay. After you write the general information of your research in the first sentence or sentences, then your method section then needs to provide other details. So all these elements can be written in any order, because there is no fixed order of information, as long you organize the information logically so that they are easy for the readers to read. One rule of thumb for any method section of research paper is that the method section always needs to be written in past tense. So students, here you can see that I made a mistake with my typing. The present tense need to be changed to past tense. Okay. Citations and other linguistic features. Okay, method and results sections are probably the two sections that you do not need citations. Okay, unless you're using a method that was used in a previous study, that you are replicating the same method. In that case, please put down where you took the method from. Okay, author name, year of publication. Okay, otherwise you do not need to use citations in your method section. A lot of students have the tendency of writing method in point form, so point. However, I do not want my students to do that. When you write your method, please write in paragraphs. Okay, you can write one large paragraph, you can write 2, 3 or more paragraphs, as long they are organized properly. Remember, one sentence is not one paragraph. When writing the method section, okay, a lot of students also have the habit of using connection words such as first, second, third, next. Okay, now these connection words sound very familiar because these are the words that are given in instruction manuals, in textbooks, and in conversation. Therefore, students are very familiar with these connection words. However, a good research report usually does not include connection words. So I would like my students to try to write their method section without using next, first, second, third, fourth, and etc. Instead, you will write your details in a logical order so that the readers can read them easily without the connection words. Do not use contractions in your writing, and this is not only for method but throughout the entire research paper. Okay, don't, do not, shouldn't, should not, isn't it, is not. Write out the words in full. Okay, do not abbreviate them. Finally, avoid using words such as and, so, but, at, the